This is a cutting of a blueberry. I stuck that in the ground maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's starting to put on some leaves, and hopefully I'll be able to leave this right here in amongst the pines unbothered for 1 or 2 seasons, and I'll have another blueberry plant. But I was trying something new and did some experimenting where I put a bigger section of the blueberry bush in the ground, and all the leaves fell off of this one. So I don't know if it's just dying back and it's going to root and come back to life, but I have another one over here. Did the same thing. It could be that these two are getting more light than the one further back right here, but this one looks the most promising. And this one was broken off by chickens. I didn't cut it or use rooting hormone or anything. I just stuck it in this muck that's surrounded by water, and it had a little bit of dieback, but as you can see, there's new leaves, there's new growth, so it looks very promising. I think the water is the key factor, and it also gets a lot of shade right here. Might not look like it right now because the sun's at a good angle, but it's well shaded, has a lot of water, and this was also put in the ground maybe 2 weeks before the other 2 larger cuttings that don't look like they will succeed, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully they'll start to put on some new growth just like this one did. Here's another propagating technique I'm trying with a blueberry. This is one tree or one bush, and it has multiple stems. So I've piled pine straw, which I have freely available close by. I piled it around the stems, and everywhere, I don't know if you'll be able to see, there's a node, so a branch could come out of that node right there. Well, there's nodes all the way down each one of these stems, and the nodes that are blocked by the light and under this pine straw, in theory, should start to make roots. So I did this in the early spring. You could even do it in the winter, I believe. I'll let it grow for a season, and in the fall I'll gently check to see if they've rooted, and then I'll have at minimum 3 blueberry bushes instead of just the one that you can pot out or repropagate in the soil and keep continuing to multiply them. This particular one is in a pretty bad location. It's sunny. The soil does not stay very wet, but it is very close to my front door, so it gets extra coffee grounds, extra attention because I walk by it pretty much every day. So the base was right here. Everything was starting to grow up. I left this one because it didn't easily bend when I was trying this out, but as you can see, this stem that would have been sticking straight up, I bent over and placed this rock on it, and then that is the tip that's still getting to photosynthesize. And not everywhere there's a rock, but pretty much I laid down all the branches that would easily lay down, and it's the same idea. There's a node on here that'll shoot up a branch, and then the node that's under here will root down, and that will be a separate blueberry plant. So hopefully I'm going to keep doing this, see how effective it is, and if it fails, my thinking is I can just cut that off and maintain my original blueberry plant.